Executive Officer of Crow's Nest, to make his presentation. With over 15 years of extensive work around all forms of advertising, Samrat Mukherjee is the founder of Crow's Nest, and that has launched itself as a full-service digital agency. The subject is, you are digital, but are you digitally fit?
So how was this Monday today? Little different? Not too many people were here from the morning though, or the people who were there from the morning. Applause from my side that Monday you have not been in your office and you were here to listen some of us. That's, I think, a direction towards digital is coming to Kolkata. People or business in Kolkata, they're realizing digital is important today. So, let me start. This visual, can you identify this visual? Anyone? So it's Marine Drive, and the people who are there, they are participating in the Mumbai Marathon. So why do people participate in marathons? Because they feel that it's cool to be there. Because everyone else is there, so others also join them. Some of them think they're fit and they can participate. Few people feel participation is the key. So I must go, I must run with them. Only a few think that I'm here to win, or I am fit to win. So that's the challenge that we see that's happening here in businesses as well. Every other businesses, and I will keep the perspective primarily to the eastern side of India, not everyone. There are a couple of very good examples from Kolkata. They're doing fantastic work in digital, but who are not even doing the basic stuff correctly. They are also on these multiple platforms. They have a website, they are on social, they have YouTube channel, they send email, they do everything. Not that they are not doing anything. They are there just as those people who think that others are there in the marathon, so I should also go and venture out. Similarly, in the businesses over here, we see the same thing. Everyone is there with those digital assets. But are they doing things right? Let me just show you a quick video.
We're challenging ourselves constantly to stay ahead of the curve. Be it mobile, be it social, be it physical, they're all one. Life is forever blurred. I grew up in a physical world, and I speak English. The next generation is growing up in a digital world, and they speak social. Whether you're talking with customers or you're talking...
So, do you people took notice about what she said? She's Angela. She's Angela. She was CEO Burberry around 2012. And she was more or less on the other side of the prime, 40 plus. And what she spotted in 2012 was that, yes, I speak English, but my consumer are not speaking English anymore. They are speaking social.
With employees, you have to do it on a social platform because that's the language they speak. You know, we were one of the first to customize the Chatter platform. We call it Burberry Chat. I will tell you, Christopher and I chat to the entire organization once, twice a week. It gives every associate a platform also to talk back to Christopher and I. Most importantly, it has been the greatest uniter of the culture of any platform we've ever put in place. Now that we've worked with Salesforce and we've got this amazing platform in place, what we're starting to do now is really shift it over to the customer experience. wherever the customer is, as soon as they say something about the Burberry brand, we should be able to hear it. So if you tweet something positive or negative, our teams around the world can pick up on that and can start having dialogue with you in real time. If you're online, you can click to call, you can click to chat. Within 20 seconds, somebody will be in contact with you. That's the ultimate in customer service. That's how we use Buddy Media, Radiant 6, some of the new platforms that Salesforce has been focusing on. I think what fascinates me as I travel around the world is all of the high growth markets around the world are already mobile first. This enables everyone to be so much smarter about everything. Everything we're doing, it has to come through here first. You know, we had a runway show in London. It was a mobile first show. Anyone in the world could feel as if they had a front row seat and experience everything firsthand, and some things even before it went down the runway. This is the entry into the brand. How do we evolve that retail experience to be just as rich and just as exciting as that experience? We've opened up what we call the store of the future. And we've got a real loyal brand following. So when they walk into the store and they opt in, the fun really begins. It'll actually feel like you're walking into the website. We'll know what is in their basket online that they've saved, that they loved, or they've shared with their Facebook fans. The sales associate will be able to service them so much quicker. We've got a lot of chip-enabled products. They put on a trench coat, they stand in front of the mirror, they'll see where that coat was made and the craftsmanship. And we've got these magical trays, so they take this iconic handbag and video content comes to life, showing them how that bag was made. It's the first time that a company is blurring the lines between physical and digital. Society is moving so fast. This is how customers live. They wake up with a device in their hand and life begins. And the onus is on us to change everything we do to keep pace with as fast as society is moving. I think Salesforce understands.
So, what we saw in this video, firstly, let me tell you, I curated a video which is 4 years old because as a practitioner here in Kolkata, we practice digital marketing. What we see in our daily life while meeting clients, while meeting our partners, that they are even behind that 4 years what Angela found for their business. They realized that they're slipping out of business just because they're not been able to keep pace with the customers. So think about the change that they brought in. So I have only 5 points for you people, only 5. So first is a will to win. As people who are deciders, who take decisions in business, first thing is you need to take that position. You need to have that will to win. And to win, you need to accept the change. There's no alternative to it today. You have to accept the change. That's the reason they have brought that. They've built their retail store, keeping in mind people while walking into the store, they will get the web experience. Focus on customer. Whatever you're doing, if you think that, okay, I understand my business better and I will run it how I think is good, is not good enough today at all. You really need to take feedback from your customers. Unless you are focusing on your customer, you will never be able to put that strategy in place. And while you are trying to do this, you really need to have the buy-in from the CXOs, the entire C-suite that we call in organizations, the CEOs, the COOs, the CMOs, the CIOs, and of late, CDOs, the Chief Digital Officer. They really need to work hand in hand. Otherwise, you cannot move forward, you cannot implement such stuff. And of course, agile thinking. the businesses needs to be agile. It cannot be slow. It cannot consider that I have thought this, I will entirely complete this step and think about something else and then implement it. You really need to be agile while you are at it. You need to keep changing with the demand in the market. You need to have a set vision. There has to be a marketing goal, there has to be a digital target and a target for the campaign. Unless there is a perfect synchronization to all this, you will never succeed. Every campaign, every marketing goal, you need to put the objectives in place, and while you are putting the objective in place, you need to see whether you are achieving the targets for that particular campaign. It has to be one by one. You need to have an integrated plan. So when I'm talking about integrated plan, it's about taking feedback from the market. As in, you need to have analytical guidance. You cannot plan sitting in the boardroom alone. You really need to look at various data points and then plan what is required. And analytical guidance, believe me, gives fantastic insights which you can implement to your business. If you look around yourself, most of the businesses today, they're also planning or have already implemented apps. Have they first tried to find out whether there is an app usage for that business? Whether the same task can be done through a mobile-friendly website or not? Without even seeing where the audiences are, where the customers are, how they are behaving online, people are considering in building new assets. Instead of improving on the assets that are already there, people are trying to build more assets. So you really need analytical guidance when creating an integrated plan. I will just give you a small example. We were working with another large agency, a network agency, their Delhi branch. They used to handle Del Monte. Del Monte, the brand which sells a lot of sauce, pasta, olive oil and all that. So while we were working with them, with that agency, and we found they were planning to launch pasta in Bangalore. But while working for them, while we were creating content and other stuff, we found large number of searches on pasta happens in Gujarat, is coming from Ahmedabad. And when we shared those analytical inputs, the insights of the business, they actually shifted their launch from Bangalore to Ahmedabad. That's what digital can actually provide to business. You need to have a fluid strategy. So when I'm talking about fluid strategy, let me just show you a quick video. I don't think everyone have got the message in the initial portion of the video. It's a brand called Honeymaid from Mondelez. Mondelez, who own Cadbury's in India today and have got Oreos and all. So it's a US brand called Honeymaid. They make crackers. So they produced this video, this TVC, which they were talking about the wholesome family. And with wholesome family, what they were showing on television was same-sex marriage, as in same-sex parenting, single parenting. Yeah, I know, 5 minutes. Single parenting, and as in the different colors, cross-border, say, cross-border marriage and all. So not everyone in US liked the TVC, and they were sending a lot of hate messages. But this is what I was talking about, fluid strategy. If you really need to be, the organization has to have the fluidity among themselves, that if a plan is not working, they can just shift and plan something to work it better. And that's exactly what they did. So they brought in an installation artist, and they put together the hit message, make it love, and while they were showing that this much are the hit messages, there are many people who are actually reciprocating the idea and supporting them. So that's what fluid strategy is. And also it's about think digital. So what is digital? Digital is digital and physical together. So there will be some digital ideas which will be supported with physical activities. So that's what today's integrated marketing plans are. And of course, there has to be integrated team. Most of the organizations today, and it's not in Kolkata only, I will say it's all over India and most of the places, the mainline agency and the digital agency, they don't work hand in hand. They don't even meet. They don't even do meetings together. But the business will only get success. They will only get success when these teams collaborate, and it's happening. In Kolkata, we are working with mainline agencies for same organization, for that one business where we are going to do different stuff, where the thought will be same, the objective will remain same for the organization, which the mainline and the digital will do together, will achieve together. So the fourth point, you need to run regularly. So if you really want to get success, you need to do it regularly. It cannot be that I have done a Friendship Day campaign today and next week is Independence Day, I'm not doing anything. If I am doing Friendship Day and my brand is also fit to do something on Independence Day, I really need to do that also. It is not that I will only do some and not all. So accordingly, the momentum will be there. So if you do multiple stuff, the momentum will be there. You also need to manage the micro moments. So what is a micro moment? Micro moments are, say, you have lost your phone today, and then only you realize you need to buy a phone. Otherwise, there was no plan to buy a phone. And when you have that need, that immediate need, that journey will start from a search where you will be searching that I want a smartphone which is within the price bracket of 15 to 20,000. Unless you can manage those micro moments, you will never be able to successfully, you will never be able to tap that potential customer. And today, that micro moments is very fuzzy, it's very noisy. So I've just given a scenario for education. So it's not that a linear way people are finding for something. There can be multiple entry points. They can enter from anywhere, but you need to be, as a business, as an organization, you need to be prepared that I can handle all those entry points and do things better. And last sub point here, that you need to invest in amplification, amplifying that message. Unless you have a media strategy along with those digital idea strategy, none of your ideas will see success. It's like you have a fantastic plan, you have a fantastic idea, you executed it brilliantly, but then you put that as a poster in your organization. So no one gets to see it outside. So will that give you any result? It's not. So whatever ideas that you are coming up with for the business, if you think this idea is going to work good for me, you also need to amplify it with media spend. Last point over here, as in those 5 pointers that I told, you need to measure everything. So the specific targets I was talking about in my second point, that you need to have campaign specific target. There has to be a short-term growth and a long-term growth. The sale will anyway happen. The sale will always be that short-term growth which will be there, but long-term, your brand building will only happen long-term. So you need to plan that way, and you need to keep monitoring it closely. Documentation, very, very important, because today attrition is there in almost every business. So if you are making your team ready for that digital business, digital way of handling things, you really need to document it so that when they leave, the next batch of people, they can come and implement things and they can learn out of it. Going by the team, I have just 4 quick slides to make you understand how it is working in the organizations today. Today, a lot of organizations, since they have multiple digital assets, they have a digital guy in the organization. And it looks like this, that digital guy is somewhere in the organization who doesn't really get much noticed, who do not have any voice in the business goal, in the business strategy. That needs to change. So from there, it's a better model where it's independent, and in every vertical within the business, there will be multiple digital guys. From there, a centralized model where there is a large digital vertical, and the best is where there will be individuals, digital champions, who will be there in multiple verticals. There will be a digital guy in the marketing, there will be digital guy in sales, there will be digital guy in the production, there will be a digital guy from the IT, and they all collaborate with the digital department and deliver. That's the model which is going to work and which will take people to go to the next level of seeing success out of digital. So this is the 5 points that one needs to keep in mind. I will not elaborate anymore. So that's me. We cannot take questions because of time. Thank you.
Samrat Mukherjee, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. We would like to greet Samrat. Is Kaushik Seal here? Kaushik, are you here? Kaushik Seal? Are you here? I would request Shobit to kindly come and greet Samrat. Please, come. Shobit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.